Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and Jim Jordan makes crybaby Jake Trapper look like an absolute fool by exposing the truth about Joe and Hunter Biden. This is absolutely wild, but before we dive in, I want to give a quick shout out to our amazing sponsors at Colonial Metals Group. They quite literally have the cure to Bidenflation, but more on that later. Now, let's get back into the video.
And my guess is, if you ask the American people, when they look at what happened with Joe Biden's son, I don't know that.
What happened with Joe Biden's son?
He got paid $50,000, Jake. $50,000 a month for several years now.
And the Ukrainian prosecutor said there's no evidence of wrongdoing.
Come on.
What?
Come on. The vice president's son gets paid $50,000 a month and gets hired by a company in an industry he has no experience in, and that's fine. And all you folks in the press and Democrats, no problem here. Go try taking that message to the American people.
If you want to propose a law,
who don't make $50,000 in a year, and when they see the vice president's son getting paid $50,000 a month in a field in an industry he has no experience in, I kind of wonder what Hunter Biden did in those board meetings. So would he just look at his phone, check out the sports?
In May, the Ukrainian,
but he's getting paid $50,000, and then when the company that's paying him that money is under investigation, guess what? Daddy comes running to the rescue. The vice president of the United States comes running and says,
That's not what happened, sir.
Fire that prosecutor.
That's not what happened. The European Union, the Obama administration, the International Monetary Fund, clean government activists in Ukraine thought that the prosecutor was not prosecuting corruption.
So you're saying Joe Biden didn't tell Ukraine to fire that prosecutor? I think he did.
He did.
No, but he bragged about it.
The guy was not prosecuting anything. That
was
the problem. The government of the United States and the West.
Joe Biden told him to fire the prosecutor.
You're not saying facts. You say, here are the facts.
No, here are the facts. Did Joe Biden tell him to fire the prosecutor?
Because he wasn't going after corruption. He wasn't going after corruption. Do you understand what I'm saying? He wasn't going after corruption.
Was that prosecutor looking into Burisma, the company that had hired Joe Biden's son for $50,000 a month?
According to the Ukrainians, that investigation was dormant at the time.
Most importantly,
that investigation was dormant at the time.
Did Joe Biden's son get paid $50,000 a month in a field in an industry that he had no experience in? Those are three key facts.
If you want to push a law saying that the children of presidents and vice presidents should not be doing international business deals, I'm all for it. But you're setting a standard that is not being met right now.
I'm just telling you what happened. Joe Biden
called
up and said, fire this prosecutor or you're not getting in.
No, you're suggesting that Biden called for the prosecutor to be fired to protect his son. That's not what happened.
And President Trump says, can you help me figure out what happened in the 2016 election? After all,
Congressman,
Democrats just put our country through 3 years of this when there was a false accusation and there was no evidence of any type of coordination between the Trump campaign and Russia to influence that election.
I should be shocked by this, but I'm not. There's no reason for me to not be shocked by this, because this is standard practice for CNN. Tell an either abject lie or a half-truth so that their viewership at home, the rich white liberals, can feel good about themselves. Good grief. Jim Jordan is right on every single account. He made one tiny mistake. Instead of saying 2014, he said 2016. Donald Trump called up I think it might have been the Prime Minister of Ukraine at the time. I think. Don't quote me on that. But he called up on someone high up and said, hey, listen, whatever happened to the prosecutor and the prosecution case against Burisma? That's always sounded fishy to me. Can you look into that? That's all he said. They impeached him for it. They impeached him for a phone call when he wasn't saying that I'm going to withhold funds if you don't do X. I'm going to do something else to you if you don't do Y. Meanwhile, Joe Biden, as Vice President of the United States, called up whoever was overlooking the prosecutor's office in Ukraine and said, hey, we've got a spending bill done, and you're getting some money from that bill. I will threaten to withhold that money if you don't kick out that prosecutor and shut this down on Burisma. Hey y'all, in case you haven't noticed, this isn't stretching like it used to. As a matter of fact, it's turning more into this. Folks, we are in an inflationary crisis, and that's why this show is sponsored by Colonial Metals Group. The experts led by CEO Paul Stone fully understand the minute details of investing in gold, silver, and other precious metals. They are here to protect your wealth against the insanity that has been Bidenomics and our refusal to stop printing money. And they even have a deal for first-time buyers. Free gold and silver IRA-backed accounts, insured storage for 5 years, up to $7,500 in free silver, and a personal safe to keep all this good stuff. So take a look at their website, link in the description below, or give them a call at this number to see what Colonial Metals Group can do to protect your wealth today. So why is Burisma so important? Why does this keep popping up? I'll get to that in just a moment. But what's ultimately going on here is how politicians make their actual money. There are 3 main ways politicians can make money. First is the Clinton way. Get some good friends with a very independent bank and buy up some land. And then keep sort of laundering the money around until magically the money winds up in the Clintons' pockets. That's what they did to make it rich in Arkansas. 2, you send your kids to these new companies, usually in Eastern Europe or in China, set up shop as a low-level executive, and then you funnel the money back to mommy and daddy for cheaper deals on future projects. 3, and there's arguably a 4th, but 3, you tell your stockbroker, because congressmen and senators are not allowed to own individual stocks. They are always supposed to turn it over to a blind third party. But you whisper to this blind third party after the transactions, hey, make sure there's someone watching every single major meeting that I'm going to. You'll know what to do. And that way they aren't caught telling anybody, hey, put stock here so I can make more money. It's just people paying attention to the right trends. That's why Nancy Pelosi makes so much money. All right, that's why Dan Crenshaw makes even more money than her off the stocks, because they are tied to the weapons industries and tech industries, and they're able to figure out stuff from there. And back to the second way, you throw your kids onto an executive branch somewhere at a major company. That's something that even Mitt Romney's kids have done. So yeah, this is universal. And there's another way. It's by speaking tours and your own super PACs, and you can funnel the money darkly through that way. It's easy to make money as a politician, and technically it's legal, or it's very hard to prosecute. So what happened here is good old Uncle Joe sent his one and only son to stand on a Ukrainian board and to work with Romanians as well as the CCP. And that way they would funnel money through Hunter to the big guy, Uncle Joe, and that way they would get extra access. Normally you'd call that corruption. In Washington, you call it good business. That's what's going on here. Donald Trump threatened an entire gravy train, not just for one politician, but for several. And that's why Mitt Romney voted the way he did, because his kids have done the exact same thing. One guy got impeached for leveraging his power because he placed a phone call asking for some information. He basically put out a 411 entry. He basically put in a Google search. Meanwhile, Joe Biden called up one of the top folks in the Ukrainian government and said, I am going to withhold money from you if you don't do what I say. That is an abuse of power. That deserves impeachment. That is a disgusting action. And here we have Jake Tapper running point saying, no, this never happened. The man is either delusional or he's lying through his teeth. And Jim Jordan does not deviate. He continues to open up this wound that is still festering. And it needs to be hit over and over and over until we're blue in the face. Joe Biden did something that was impeachment worthy. And he's walking away as a free man. Although if he's actually walking at all. It is absolutely sickening to know that Donald Trump had the time of day to go out there and say, hey, we need to crack down on this corruption here. And the entire system turned its ugly head and said, don't you dare come after us. We'll impeach you. And they did. That is the state of the modern American political landscape. And there's only one party that's daring to change it. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on Political Brawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. And until then, y'all have a good one.